Placeboard training. Placeboard training. Look at that for the placeboard training already. Get on. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. As you can see, Harley Quinn is in the house. It's like a spring day out here today. No wind, birds singing. Dogs don't know what's going on. They haven't got a clue. Whoops, just stood on Harley Quinn. There you go. I'm trying to give you a little bit of footage of Harley Quinn. Still likes to be with me. They take no notice of him. He's inquisitive. He likes to jump on their backs and try and ride them. They take no notice of him at all. And that's the way it should be. So he's learning through association. They don't turn and snap at him. He's realising I'm still the best thing since sliced bread. Why? Because I'm the one who's paying him attention. They're not. And yet, I want him to realise that he's a dog and not a human. It's so important, everyone. I want you to realise that he's a little dog. Now, has he got the capacity for that? I'm just tapping into the natural ability of the dog to realise that these are his mates. These are his mates. There you go, look. They take no notice of him. They don't snap at him. He's trying to grab them. And he gets nothing from them. And so he learns there's no point in doing that. You're getting nothing for it. And isn't that the simplicity of dog training? See that? See how she told him? She said, get off. I don't want that. And he dropped off straight away. Simplicity of dog training. He realises the ones he can go to. If she went for him, I'd tell her to stop it. But she didn't. She just warned him. She just warned him in dog language. Don't do that. But she didn't feel threatened, other than she didn't want to be jumped on like that. And the older bitch doesn't care. Why? Because she's had youngsters. That little bitch hasn't. See the difference? The other two bitches have. They've had pups, but that pup is not a threat to them. Now, stinging nettles. Should I protect my little dog? No, it'll learn not to go near the stinging nettles. It'll learn to keep away from the stinging nettles because they leave a stinging, tingling sensation. So when I bring this dog out, I don't want to be pampering it and picking it up. It's got to learn. It's got to learn. Look. Look. See the one who's had pups? Doesn't do nothing, look. Doesn't do nothing. Look, dog's trying to be dominant. Look, little pup, even at that age. And yet that bitch is saying nothing. But the dog will learn. They send each other messages through movement. They're not always fighting. They send it through movement. This is what it's about. People keep asking me about when are you putting up more and more videos about Harley Quinn. What videos do you want to see about Harley Quinn? Harley Quinn's going through the same thing every day. Learning to cope with life. Learning to work out what's good, what's bad. Avoid the negatives and stick to the positives. That is what dog training is about. Dog training is about simplicity. And too many people make too much of it. Harley Quinn should be picked up because it may get knocked over by other dogs. No, Harley Quinn's got to learn. The security's with me. My dogs are out there, look, and yet Harley Quinn, as the weeks will go, will open up and start to chase the other dogs around and have fun. Like that, look. See? Look. 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 She'll back her off. She'll back Harley Quinn off if she doesn't want that. Look, Harley's just being silly. But no, it's learning for association. See how the other dogs go, nope, I'm not playing. But Harley wants to play. Because Harley doesn't know what level of play is acceptable. Get on. There you go. Little Harley won't go too far because Harley stays with me for security. But the confidence will come the more Harley realises he can run around, chase them, have fun. Now, some of the dogs, the younger dogs, they want to play with him. They want to rough and tumble him. We've got to learn to rough and tumble. Get on. Get on. But it's good for him because these are more balanced. There you go. Watch. Harley went for a nip then, see? It nips this one. Won't get away with it with the other one, but can get away with it with that one. There, look at him, a little dirty bugger, trying to ride the bitch. Look. Honestly, look. He wants to ride the bitch, look. See that, everyone? Harley Quinn is trying to mate. Look at him. Look at the little bugger. Genetics. Bloody genetics, that's what that is. Bloody genetics. And she's letting him, look. Honestly, they've got no manners. No manners at all. Get on. There you are. Now Harley's in love. Now he's realising, look, where's he going? Look at him. He's in love. But the other one won't put up with it. The other one will turn. Because the other one's never had pups. The other one doesn't know that that little pup isn't a threat. But that little pup, it's going to have to learn. It's through association. To avoid the negatives and work for the positives. What a beautiful day. Aren't I so lucky having this field to be able to take these dogs out in. And like I said, I don't know if I've told you all, this isn't my field. This belongs to a friend of ours who lets me use it, but it's been sold. It's been sold, and they're going to be putting 56 houses in this field. It's supposed to be starting in June. See the gates down there, the fencing come down there? See the posts, that's the water mains down there. And they were in there doing some exploratory digging yesterday. But this has actually been sold now. And 56 houses are going in this field. And so we will be moving when the houses go up in this field, because I can't live on a housing estate. I can't. I'm not at the age to be wanting to move into a housing estate, or a housing estate moving into where we are. We've been here now for 16 years. And the friend of ours is so decent that he's let us use this field, and I promised him if he ever put in planning permission, I'd never object it. And I'm a man of my word, and I've never objected it. And it's going to be a complete change for us. But life moves on. Things happen, don't they? Am I upset about it? Well, it's another thing to have to worry about. But guess what? In life, if you worry about everything, you get yourself down, you get yourself depressed. And it's a far worse situation at the moment for everyone out there, isn't it? And I'm 58 years old. I've been doing this for 35 years. I love this job. But I've got to think about my security and Sue's security. And the Patreon site has taken off to such a level that we're over the moon with your support. But without your support, I'd have no money coming in, other than the few dogs I've got in for training that are here on residential. So they're the ones I've got to stick to and carry on training. So my life is not going to stop working dogs, but my life is going to go over to the internet more at the moment to keep my paying customers happy. I'm putting up video after video, educational, and they're the guys I'm looking after. Where before I was getting 300 emails, messages a day, and you people wouldn't believe it, from all around the world, of advice, people wanting free advice, and yet some people were willing to pay for it. Some people were willing to come down here, spend the day with me, or even spend a few hours with me, or weekend with me. Look at him, look, little bugger. And what I'm saying is, they're the people that have kept me going through all this. All the haters have tapped into my videos and used my videos. They've stopped bitching at me in the same way they were, because they realise this guy can train dogs. And that's the whole truth, isn't it? You can see that. But what I'm saying is, my Patreon customers I'm looking after, and that's the ones that matter. And why they matter is because one man can't help the world. He can't put the world to right in the dog training world. But what he can do, he can give guidance in the right way. And that's what people have wanted. You know, they want honesty and integrity. And that's what they've got. They've got honesty and integrity from me. And that's important. And I think that, and the fact my customers have been here and been allowed, I've given their permission for their videos to be put up on the internet, has helped me tenfold over the 10 years that I've been on the internet advertising my business. And when I say advertising my business, good businesses don't need to advertise if they've got enough income coming in. And that's what happened with me. People, when it all kicked off and people were saying, I don't know where he advertises, he never seems to advertise anywhere. I didn't need to, because word of mouth and reputation, good reputation, is all you need to train people's dogs. Then when people come around who've got no idea and they try and ruin your life, and they affect your life and they affect your income, you've got a choice, haven't you? You can either sit back and give in and let them win, or you can stand up and face the madding crowd and say, bring it on. I'll use it to my advantage. And yes, I have had some shit, and you know the shit I've been through, you regular people. You new people don't know what the shit I've been through, because of standing up for the right to defend yourself and defend your good name and defend the fact that you train dogs to a good level. Whoops, stood on the pup. Did he scream? No, got off him quick. But he'd got to learn, didn't he? Not get under my feet. I didn't stand on him on purpose, but he got to learn through association. So what I'm saying is, you people, you are the guys who supported me, and I am so, so grateful. Me and Sue are so, so grateful, because we've got some income coming in. Not a lot for the overheads we've got, but it helps. So you're helping me at the moment, where I've helped you for 10 years for free and give you video after video after video. You guys are helping me, and we appreciate that. Me and Sue appreciate that. There's still people coming in at the moment, even with this crisis, to support us, and we really appreciate it. We really, really do. And we're going to give you the service, and not the people out there want it for free. And I wish I could. I wish I was a millionaire. If I was a millionaire, I would just give everything for free, because it's something I love, and I'd like to see these dogs not messed up. But we all need to survive. Us self-employed people, the government's not give us any guidelines really at the moment. People who've got certain jobs are getting certain 80% pay, so that's going to help us with Sue's work. But at the end of the day, it's still, everything's stopped here, as in customers coming here, and that's my income. My income was those people coming here, and you were watching them on the videos. I've got 10,000 videos to put up. I'm editing them and putting them up. They're old videos, and there's some stuff, new stuff that I haven't had time to edit at the moment. But there's, when I say old stuff that you haven't seen, stuff that I've got catalogued, because at one day I knew I was going to do this in my retirement. All what Peter Kane's done is he's brought my retirement fund forward. And I didn't know 4 weeks ago that this was going to be a lockdown. So, isn't it funny? Peter Kane's helped me. And so it's all right being negative and being angry and being aggressive with Peter Kane, but sometimes what does it gain? What it's gained is Peter Kane has showed himself to be what he is. A nasty, horrible scumbag. You know, a guy who does not think about other people. I have done nothing to Peter Kane. I can't affect Peter Kane in the UK with my dog training, my gun dog training. And yet Peter Kane got jealous because I was having more videos on the internet than him, and that my views were becoming bigger than his views, although he's got a bigger following and he gets a lot of views in percentage wise with my 7,000 subscribers compared to his 169,000 subscribers. He was petrified that someone else was going to overtake him in the polls of best dog trainer or whatever they want to do it. And it's all a joke, isn't it, when you think about it? I'm a gun dog trainer. I'm a very small section of the interest of the public compared to ordinary dog training. Hey, pack that in. I could do ordinary dog training in my sleep. Oh, I shouldn't have shouted because the puppy will be scared now. No, it won't, because that meant nothing to the puppy. It meant something to them, right? So what I'm saying is, I am nothing to Peter Kane, really, but isn't it funny when you let money become your god, when you let it take over your life to such an extent, you would destroy people's happiness of watching videos for free. Peter Kane took those videos from you, not me. I was in a dilemma. I kept saying I don't know what to do, whether to pull the site now, because I've proved to everyone that I am not the guy who beats dogs, and just go back to letting people find me through word of mouth. That's what I was in, that dilemma, because it was so busy, so busy with emails and messages and advice that people wanted for free. There had to be a break in it somewhere. But I was thinking pension, when I retire, when I'm not well enough to go out in the field with the dogs as an older man, you know, as a retirement, as a pension plan. Because I've put pension things aside, and guess what? They've crashed. They've crashed with that big economy thing we had with the black, was it black, what's the name? You know, all my pension stuff for over the years has dropped off to nothing with Black Widows. It's absolutely worth shit all. Why? Because I couldn't keep them up. Because when things were hard, you don't keep paying your pension, do you? You can't. Us self-employed people go through stages of 1 minute doing really well, next minute struggling, then going into something else and trying something else. That doesn't work. It's like the road trip. The road trip didn't work. Why? Because the freaking lorry broke down. And it cost money. It cost me more money than go on the road trip. Does that mean I'll never go on a road trip again? No, I want to go on the road trip again in August. Why? Because I loved it. I love helping people. I want to see them people who support me. I want to meet you. I want to meet your dogs. I get a thrill from it. I get a thrill when someone sends me a video or a compliment like, wow, Chris, you've changed our lives. This is what this is about, everyone. This isn't about Chris Upton. It's not about me wanting to be a film star. I've never have wanted to be a film star. If I wanted to be a film star, I'd have concentrated on trialing and not worried about the cheating and the corruption in the trialing world. But no, it's these guys. It's these little buggers. It's these little buggers. These are the things that I love. I love working with these guys. I love getting into their mind, because they can't talk to you. But they do. They visually talk to you. You can see when a dog's happy. One of the saddest things I had, and I'll never ever forget it, is I had a beautiful, beautiful black and white bitch, and she was a superstar, and she was 13 months old, and she was coming on a treat, and she was fantastic. She loved me to death. I could, you know, she just wanted to train. She trained up so easy, it wasn't difficult. And then she kept looking at me. I'm out with the dogs, and she just kept stopping looking at me. I thought, oh, she loves me. Like some dogs do and some dogs don't. I've got another dog that you can see who looks at me all the time compared to the other dogs. Some do, some don't. If I drop to the floor like this, look, they all come in. Why? Because it's friendly. It's daddy at friendly level. Get on. And what I'm saying is, she kept looking at me. And I kept looking at her thinking, why does she keep looking at me? And she was telling me she wasn't well. She was actually telling me she wasn't well, and I didn't read it well enough. And what had happened is, at some stage, I put her out the back, and a dog, a Labrador had got on her and mated with her without me knowing, because we had some lab bitches and we had some lab dogs. So I was running the dogs separate from the bitches when they come in season, and I must have made a mistake and put the bitches out the back and put one of the dogs in there by mistake, because I had a couple of bitches that looked very doggish in for training. Anyway, I rushed her up the vets. She collapsed in the kennel, and I rushed her up the vets, and the vet said there's nothing we can do. She's dying, Chris. She's got a pup stuck up her. I was absolutely devastated. So we put the bitch down. I just thought I was racing up there and there was going to be something wrong, the vet would be able to do something. And anyway, the vet put her down because there was no chance of recovery. And you know, I still get upset thinking about it. She's in the rabbit pen, buried in the rabbit pen. Every time I go past that spot in the rabbit pen, I just think of that bitch. And that bitch meant a lot to me because of that look of her face when she kept looking at me. And I still to this day think, frickin' you should have read it. But it's impossible. It's impossible. But she was telling me something. She was telling me things ain't right. But she was doing it for 2 or 3 days. She was still running around like these dogs here, but she kept looking at me. He's looking at me. But this is nice. I'm out here because it's a nice day. And who do you want to be with? He wants to be with Daddy. He's not making a noise. He's not making a noise. I'm giving him a little bit of attention, not too much. If I give him non-stop attention, he wants it non-stop. So the moral of the story is, we can't do everything in life, 100%. I wish we could. But it wasn't neglect. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't that poor bitch's fault. Nor the poor dog's fault who got on the bitch. Just natural. Just happens, doesn't it? Things happen. But at the end of the day, I still bug me to this day of thinking, why couldn't I read that bitch a little bit more? Because they can't talk to us. These guys can't talk to us. They can show us that they're well. They can show us signs that they're not well. But sometimes it's not as easy to pick up because they're harder than you think. She didn't lay in the kennel for 3, 4, 5 days and me worrying about her. She just collapsed on the day, raced her up to the vets, and that was it. And I think, what a sad situation. She only had one pup inside her. And it was just a fluke. Just a sheer fluke. What a shame. Anyway, this is board training. Look, he's doing board training already. He's doing board training. Okay, board training. Look at that. He's learning board training already, that boy. He's a bloody natural. Honestly, he's a bloody natural. Anyway, you guys, stay safe. Be lucky. Because I think that's what it's going to come down to at the moment. Being safe, playing safe, and being lucky. First one back with a pigeon wins. First one back with a pigeon wins. You've got to bring the pigeon back to me. Come on in. Here. Good deal. Peter Kane, eat your fucking heart out. Thanks for the help, Peter. Thanks for the help, Peter. Peter Kane, thank you so much for the help. Thank you so much, Peter. You bastard. You let them people down. He had 5,500 videos out there to help them. And you got them wiped off because of your greed, your money-orientated little scumbag. But guess what? If you're good enough, people stick with you. Don't they, girls? Don't they, girls? He wants to play as well. Get out! Good girl! Here. Dead. They love this game. Pigeon pie. Pigeon pie! Oi! Harley Quinn, they're supposed to be playing this game. Sit up. Harley Quinn's giving you crap. Get out! Come on then. Let's go. This here, dock diving. We're building a big swimming pool here. We're putting a swimming pool up and we're having a ramp that dogs run across and dock dive into the swimming pool. Yeah, it's competition, you know. See how far they can get out. Dock diving. Summer training camp this is going to be. Summer training camp. We're going to have JCBs, workmen, sending dogs in between the workmen. You know, out of adversity, you've got to take it, grab it by the balls and run with it. So while they have building site in here, imagine the building equipment I can have for my next project. Eh? Everyone will be skint. Everyone will be wanting to take a backhander. Oh no, can't talk about that on camera. That's being naughty, isn't it? That's being naughty, Harley Quinn. We're just being silly, aren't we, Harley Quinn? Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn wants some little pigeon. Harley Quinn wants to play the game. Harley Quinn's gone mad. Sit up. We're not playing nothing until you sit. You have to sit. We're not playing nothing until you sit. You know the rules. If you don't sit, game doesn't continue. The one at the back's ruining it for everyone. They're getting worse, aren't they, at their old age? Come here. Sit up. Thank you. Get out. And the race is on. Bang! Hey! Hey! No fighting. I told you, didn't I? Look, see? Come here. See the jealousy? That's why we use tennis ball. Tennis ball only. That's why we use a tennis ball. I'm only just playing with these guys. You shouldn't be doing this. See? Even Chris can be an idiot sometimes. What do you mean, sometimes? All the bloody time. Half the time. Most of the time. Pigeon. Always have a pigeon on standby. Come on, Quinny. So see how Harley Quinn is working things out, look. Harley Quinn's thinking, how come they want to drink from the bucket of... This must be good stuff, if they're drinking from it. Harley Quinn's saying, I would like a go, but Harley Quinn's got to wait until the water level comes up. Harley Quinn's getting a mouthful now, look. Harley Quinn goes, lovely. They're all drinking water, I'm going to drink water. So Harley Quinn is learning through association. Harley Quinn's not scared of the tap, because Harley Quinn's not being protected like a baby, look. Harley Quinn's going, yes, I'll have a bit of that. But they're showing Harley Quinn what to do. And Harley Quinn thinks it's great fun, drinking out of a bucket of water for the first time in his life. Look at him. He's loving it. He thinks, hang on, got the message. There'll always be water there. There you go. That's what we do. That's how we teach them. They teach themselves. Anyway. Harley Quinn love that. In.